Hey everyone, so happy Wisdom Wednesday. So as you know, this week we are all on lockdown here in San Francisco and throughout the country. And of course that means working from your home office. So many of you know my home office. This is one of my favorite places to be in the home. Aside from reading, writing, and doing some work, I've been spending a lot of time here this week. So this week's book of the week, I'm actually going to use to demonstrate an important part of working from your home office, which is what do you do for exercise? Aside from staying in great shape to, of course, keep your immune system nice and healthy, lower your stress, keep the blood circulating, it's also a very good way to sort of wake up in the afternoon. So I'm going to show you some fantastic exercise routines that I use courtesy of these books. But first, let me get into a new outfit. Gotta love the internet. Happy Wisdom Wednesday, everyone. So, book of the week this week is going to help for those of you, actually all of us, who are going to be doing more of the self-sheltering and quarantining this week because we all have to work from home. The book is The 4-Hour Body by Tim Ferriss, an uncommon guide to rapid fat loss, incredible sex, and becoming superhuman. Now, many of you will know Tim Ferriss from his most popular book, The 4-Hour Workweek, which came out about it might be almost 15 years, I think, something like that. Now, Tim Ferriss is an entrepreneur, but also, most importantly, he is the world's greatest guinea pig.
Tim Ferriss, best-selling author and human guinea pig. I'll show you how to make the impossible possible by bending the rules.
He's done a variety of experiments to his body, put it through intense trials to figure out what are the best ways to optimize performance? Now, since we're going to be working most of the time for the next week or two from home, I figured I'd show you some great things I've learned from this book, not only when it comes to diet, but also from working out. And I'm going to show you some of the home workout routines that I use during the day to get a little bit more energy and stay in great shape. Now, part of that is also bringing back an old book that I want to loom into this one, which is Solitary Fitness by Charles Bronson. Now, this is a book by Britain's most violent prisoner, but he also happens to be in immaculate shape, and he teaches you how to stay ripped in prison using things just like towels and your own body weight. So, combining these two books together, I'm going to show you some fantastic ways to stay in shape and do some exercise from home. Now, quick disclaimer, this is no way intended to be medical advice. You should definitely not take any kind of medical advice or health advice from anyone online who's not a trained or certified physician, especially someone who's just doing book reviews. But I'm going to show you what I like to do from this book. So here it goes. Now let's talk first about breakfast. So many of you try to lose weight and have hit walls just like me. The thing that's really helped me lose quite a lot of weight over the years and maintain a healthy balance is these two things in the morning. Number one, as you've seen on my Instagram, eating a high protein breakfast. So within the first 30 minutes of waking up, you have 30 grams of protein. Usually that's maybe 2 or 3 eggs, some cheeses, maybe an avocado in there. And if you'd like to add some fiber, throw some black beans in there. The benefit about this is that number one, protein does a good job of staying in your stomach a little bit longer, and that way it sort of staves off your hunger, so you stay fuller longer. And more importantly, protein just has a better effect on your body versus having a lot of carbs, for example. Plus, in the morning time, especially if you're highly anxious, waking up, you have a spike in cortisol, which is a hormone that helps you wake up. But if you don't eat anything, you'll be out of whack all day. So it's very important to eat something good, which is high protein. The second thing is coffee. Start getting used to drinking black coffee.
Nothing to be depressed about this.
Don't add creamer, don't add sugar, don't add any of those things. Because again, what you don't want to do in the morning is have a spike in your blood sugar. Now, first exercise I'm going to show you are the two exercises, that is, best exercise to use for your abdominals. And they're going to surprise you, so let's head to the ground. Now, the first exercise is called the myotactic crunch. And the reason why you want to use this exercise is that most exercises only utilize a half range of motion when it comes to your abdominal muscles, versus this one gets you to really stretch those abdominal muscles out in a full range. Now, they recommend using a Bosu ball, but instead, because many of us don't have a Bosu ball, you should use some pillows. So, now we have our pillows set up. Let's do a myotactic crunch. Lay down on the pillows with your arm extended out, feet flat on the floor. Extend all the way back, hold for 2 seconds, and then slowly raise right before you hit 90 degrees and hold for 2 seconds. Repeat this for 10 reps. Now, if you want a little bit more weight, to make this more difficult, add some weights to your hands. Or you can just use Tim's book. Now, the second exercise has to do with the deepest muscle in your abdomen called the transverse abdominis, or the TAV. And if you ever laughed very hard or coughed a lot, and you felt an ache, that's what that was. And the best way to work that out is called the cat vomit exercise, which is, you know, forwards just like a cat about to vomit, and you scrunch up and pull your belly button up, hold that for 12 seconds, and then after 12 seconds, you breathe in, and hold for another 12 seconds. As you can see here, I have my belly button sucked in all the way. And you do that for a set of 10. Now, an important muscle or muscle group to exercise is actually your lower body and your legs. As much as we don't like to exercise them, because these are really large muscles, the more you exercise them, the more likely you're able to actually burn off more fat and more calories, and of course start toning yourself up. That's the key, is that you start building your muscles, then your body has some place to start burning more energy and calories. So this actually comes from Charles Bronson's Solitary Fitness, and what looks like a lunge is not actually a lunge, where we have our front foot here in the front. Our back and trailing foot is actually not going to be doing much exercise at all. If anything, it's just for balance. So all we do is get in this position, we put our hands up high, and we just go down, and we go up. Mainly doing all the exercise from the front. And we do the same thing with the opposite leg. And we do about 10 sets on each side. Finally, I want to show you one of my favorite exercises of all time, which is the Russian kettlebell swing. Now, usually I use a kettlebell myself. I actually buy one that stays in my office at all times. This is my kettlebell. But I know many of you are still at home and you don't have access perhaps to purchase a kettlebell right now, or you just don't want to spend the money. So I got the solution for you. But first, we're going to use some old books. And for me, I have just the place for my old medical school books. Got Schwartz's Textbook of Surgery, Robbins Pathology. Now, I took those books and put them in my backpack, and the top of my backpack is going to be serving as my kettlebell. Now, of course, make sure you have a good backpack and do this against a wall with nothing breakable in it, just in case you let go of the backpack or for some reason it breaks. But if you bought a good backpack, it shouldn't. So you're going to hold with your feet spread at shoulder width apart. You're going to bend, and you're going to thrust up, and at the same time, you're just going to lift up like that, just like that. And when you have the momentum going down, you're going to sit back down in a squat and do the same thing again. And here's how it looks. And those are Russian kettlebell swings. And you can do about, let's say, 3 to 4 sets of 10 or 20, or whatever's best for you. One thing that you can probably do is set up your bag in the morning and just make a commitment to do, let's say, 50 of them. Not all at once, but in as many reps as it takes you to do, so that way you start the morning fresh. If you win the morning, you win the day. Now, one little extra bonus is that if you want, you can use the same backpack, put it on your back to do some weighted squats. You can do some lunges with them, some prison lunges, and you can even do some snatches. In the snatch, you just take one hand over the handle here, You sit back in a squat position, you pull up, you catch like that, you stand up, and then you straight press over your head, just like that, and you start again, and you do it on the other side. 1, 2, and you're done. Okay, I know some of you still want some abdominal exercise, so here's one more interesting. Holding the bag on its straps, you're gonna hold up like this. Just go around your back just like this. This is a great exercise for your shoulders. Really stretches your abdomens. So guys, that's your book of the week, The 4-Hour Body by Tim Ferriss. I love this book because it's like an amazing encyclopedia of just experiments that one man put his body through for multiple years to figure out the best information when it comes to fat loss, adding muscle, better sleep, diet, with a lot of fantastic pictures. I absolutely love it. And for the next week or two while you're quarantined and working from home, you should come out of this coronavirus situation with a new skill. Now, one thing I would tell you is this. I know that a lot of you are really worried and concerned about it, but here's what I would say. If there's one thing you should always bet on the human race and always bet on America. This is going to be an exciting time where we're going to see collectively all of us focused on one problem and this amazing force of human ingenuity working together to solve against the coronavirus. So if you thought the stock market crash this past couple of days was really impressive, wait till you see the rebound. Mark my words, we're going to come out this better and stronger. This is not us dissolving, this is us evolving. Mark my words, it's going to be great. In the meantime, start exercising, wash your hands, do social distancing, don't, try not to go outside too much, get really good sleep, eat well, keep your stress low, be happy, buy some flowers for your home, and just work hard, and together we're going to kill this virus. Like, that's just all that's going to happen. So, with that said, happy Wisdom Wednesday. I hope you like the book, and as always, I'll see you next week.